Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video on our continuous education series. Part of our goal is to bring education, continuous education for the families, the players, the coaches that may be either volunteers or transitioning from outdoor soccer into futsal. And of course, my opinion is that no matter how well you know how to coach futsal or how experienced you are in the futsal game, you can always, observe and get different gold nuggets from other coaches, regardless of their experiencing. So I prefer to not say, hey, somebody's not really that experienced. Look at their sessions, look at their activities. They might be doing something that you never thought about. So once again, we want to make sure that we are full-time futsal people. Central Jersey Futsal hosts leagues and tournaments at a fair price because simply we care about you kids. Our goal is not the almighty dollar. Our goal is to expand and bring continuous education as to why futsal should be thought of as a year-round activity alongside with soccer, not just a off-season activity to soccer. We are people that are 100% convinced that futsal should be purposely used as a development tool to creating a top-level soccer player, and especially at the younger ages, instead of a 3-year-old starting to play soccer on grass or turf. Our opinion is start him at futsal, and you'll see the tremendous benefits. Plenty of times, parents basically go to tournaments and they see 10-year-olds just killing in futsal, and they wonder how come they're so good. And that's because they probably started playing at the tender years of 3-4 years old. So without any further ado, we are futsal people. We are a product of our environments, and today's training session is basically a transitioning offense to defense activity, which it's one of my favorites. I love it, and it seems that the players love it. Again, keep in mind that activities should be fun. There should be a fun factor there. I don't care what the age is. I don't care if you're training a 3-4-year-old. Obviously, that activity is not going to be for a 3-4-year-old. But the activities that you do for a 3-4-year-old and the activities you do for an 18-year-old or a semi-pro or a professional player, there's got to be a fun factor into the training, because all players need to have fun. That's why we play the game, to have fun. So if you have a boredom into it, and you're not going to get the top performance out of those players. So as you can see in the design, the transitioning offense to defense, the objective is a 1v1 situation where the attacker is trying to beat the defender and take a shot on goal. So the setup is as follows: you have two goals, one here with the arrow and one here. So if you're not training on a futsal court, any square or any L shape, just position the goals in an L shape. And opposite of each goal, that's where your players are going to line up. So this red team here is going to attack this goal, and this yellow team is going to attack this goal. So we're starting off basically with the red team having the ball. He's going to take on the yellow player, right? So let's say that the red player goes around. Let me just undo this. My software is not a coaching software. I'm just using some software that I create images, so bear with me. Okay, so let's say the ball gets played past the yellow defender, so this guy goes around him, boom, he takes his shot, okay, into goal. So then this attacker will go on the back of the line, and then the red will transition to have the next yellow player attack. Okay, so again, for the presentation sake, let's say that the yellow player goes around him, okay, takes a shot at the goal, boom, oops, sorry, takes a shot at this goal, okay. Now this yellow player has to transition. Of course, this red player is going to go in the back of the line. This yellow player is going to transition, and the next red is going to come in and try to attack. So basically, here's what we're looking for. We're looking for, and this is a very common problem in a lot of players' games. It doesn't matter if it's outdoor soccer or indoor futsal or indoor, some kind of indoor soccer game. One of the biggest mindset shifts has to be when an attacker is attacking and that player loses the ball. They have to quickly switch their mindset and go from attacking mode into defensive mode. A lot of times you'll see, even on the outdoor game, players lose the ball, and once they lose the ball, they take their sweet old time, either complaining to themselves or to the referee or to whoever, because a lot of players are never responsible why they lost the ball. They blame it on somebody else. But they take their sweet old time transitioning, getting themselves, situated and picked up, and if they're falling down or whatever, and trying to basically get back into defensive mode. Now, that's the furthest thing. The first player to defend should be the player who lost the ball, or at least make an effort to defend. Okay, so the mind shift of changing from attacking to defending is what we're trying to get here. The same time, we're also looking that 1v1 situation. Futsal is a great environment to build your 1v1 skills, to build that confidence. So we're looking for players to have the confidence to take on other players. Okay, so if they don't have it initially, that will get built as they find success. So 1v1 on the attacking side, shielding the ball, trying to beat the defender. On the defensive side, having the defender positively defending that situation where they're not just going to get beat very easy. And the last piece, of course, is a quality shot on frame, on goal. And again, I don't mean taking a shot for the sake of taking a shot, because that's another video, but there are a lot of players that do take shots for their purpose of taking a shot. My opinion is that a player should take quality shots. I know what they say. Hey, you miss 100% of the shots that you never take. But at the same time, there's a lot of times where you should really not be taking that shot because your range is not there, your angle is not there, your balance is not there. There's a lot of variables that go into shot taking. So maybe instead of you taking that shot, you can look up and see if another teammate is available where you can pass that ball and increase the chances of a quality shot on goal. So there's a lot of decision that's going on here in a very quick, short time. All these things are happening in fractions of seconds. Again, it happens fast on the outdoor game, but in futsal, that speed, accelerates. Smaller space, 1v1. So the decision process is accelerated quite a bit. So you take this shot now, you can't relax and, wait. You got to quickly get that, shift that mindset and go into defensive mode. Not only do you have to quickly, go into defensive mode, you also have to go from being close to the goal. So if this red player takes on and let's say beats the yellow player and he happens to be around here by the time he takes the shot. Now, as soon as that shot happens, this player goes in the back, right? This next yellow player is going to start going. He's not going to wait for the attacker to get situated. It's a continuous flowing activity. There's no stoppage. And the reason why there's no stoppage is because we want to force this attacker from this spot here to quickly not only transition and have the mind shift, but quickly get in front and close down the attacker player. So the attacking player's objective is to go as fast as you can to the goal so he or she can avoid the incoming defender. And the previous attacker, which is the red one, the previous attacker have quickly to shut down and try to get in front of the yellow player. Very competitive game, a lot of fun. Now, what happens if the defender, if the attacker loses the ball to the defender? Well, again, you can basically kill the game. So the next player comes in to start with, okay? And then eventually you build it where, let's say you make the other goal on the other side, this goal here active. So if the yellow is attacking and red steals the ball, now, I'm sorry. There we go, fix that. Now that red player can dribble and take a shot here, okay? So you can have this players coming a little to the side. So if yellow loses the ball here, All right, if the yellow loses the ball here, the red goes and attacks the other side. So in that case, I would suggest that this goal here, okay, this goal here is positioned somewhere in the middle of the court, so a little more space. So you're adding another goal. So when the transition happens from attacking and you lose the ball to the defender, now the defender automatically becomes an attacker and goes to the other goal. So a lot of great fun elements. It's a continuous high energy activity. Again, as players become more comfortable with this, the level of competition, people say, oh, it's not really, soccer until it's 11v11. No, absolutely not. It's all about competing and the kids scoring goals and this. Well, guess what? 1v1, anytime you put the ball between two players, it becomes a competitive activity. So it doesn't really have to be in a setting of an 11v11, soccer game. It could be 1v1, 2v2, 2v1, 3v2. Any kind of competitive activity, is fun. And again, yes, we are in a training environment, but in my opinion, every activity, if you throw a little bit of competition, it increases the player's level of interaction and being engaged in the activity. So they're doing a passing exercise, where it can become, monotonous and boring. Well, add the element where, hey, you know what? Every group that does 10 passes sits down. The rest of the group's got to do sit-ups or something like that. Just any kind of activity where there's a little competition, it engages the players a lot more. They try harder. So again, this is a transition offense to defense activity. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys tried it on your next training session. Positively one of my favorite sessions, and undoubtedly one of the sessions that our players love. One of the biggest things you're going to see and experience in futsal is transitioning from defense to offense, transitioning when you possess the ball to when you lose the ball, and then back again when you win the ball back. So the transition element in futsal happens at every given second of the game, pretty much. Where in soccer, you can have, possession of the ball, and if the other team is not quick enough to shut players down or, defend, the possession team could have the ball in their possession for a while. So the transition speed in the outdoor game is not as fast and as quick in the futsal game. So again, in my opinion, transitioning from defense to offense and offense to defense in futsal, it's something that builds huge into carrying into the outdoor soccer game. So this particular exercise, although you transition from defense to offense, you also basically training the players to have the mindset and subconsciously, automatically, without thinking it, during the course of the game, they're transitioning quickly from defense to offense and offense to defense. They don't lose the ball and then take a couple of seconds before they go to defend. Automatically it happens. So I recommend that this activity be done on a regular basis. You'll see a tremendous increase in transition in your players from, again, defense to offense and offense to defense. This was the activity for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and use it in your games. Till the next time, have a great one.